Call it courage. Chapter 2, The Sea. Day broke, and a gray, dismal world. The canoe lifted and fell idly on the glassy swells. Mafatu looked back over his shoulder, searching the horizon for a last glimpse of Hukaru. But the atoll had vanished, and it hid itself forever from his concern. The matting sail slated uselessly, but there seemed to be no need of a sail. The little canoe was riding one of the mysterious ocean currents that flow in their courses through the length and breadth of the Pacific, the Ara Moana paths of the sea, as the ancients called them. They were the ocean currents that had carried the Polynesian navigators from island to island in the childhood of the world. Mafatu was drifting farther and farther away from his homeland. With wide flapping wings, Kiwi rose from the bow of the canoe. In ascending spirals, the bird climbed higher and higher until at last he was no more than a gray speck against the lighter gray of the sky. Mafatu watched his albatross disappear and felt a desolation flood his heart. Now there were only Yuri to keep his company in the hostile world of sky and sea. Yuri, the yellow dog, lay curled up in the shadow of the bow, opening one eye from time to look at his master. Wherever Mafatu went, Yuri too would go. All around, as far as the eye could reach, were wastes of leaden water. The canoe was the moving center of a limitless circle of sea. The boy shuddered. His fingers gripped the paddle convulsively. He thought of Kana and the other boys. What would they say when they learned that he had disappeared? And Tavana knew. Would there be sorrow in his father's heart? Would he believe that Moana, the sea god, had claimed his son at last? It was an ominous, oppressive world at this season of storm. Half a mile distant, a whale heaved its varnished hulk to the surface to throw a jet of vapory mist high into the air that submerged, leaving scarcely a ripple to mark its passage. A shoal of flying fish broke water, skimming away in a silver shimmer of flight. A dolphin sped after them, smooth rolling in pursuit, so close that the boy could hear the whistling of its breath. This world of the sea was ruled by nature's harsh law of survival. Mafatu knew the sea with an intimacy given to few. He had seen fleets of giant mantis whipping the lagoon of Hukaru to a boiling fury. He had seen the mighty cachalot set upon the killer whales and torn to ribbons almost in the blink of an eye. Once he had seen an octopus as large as the trunk of a manitou, a tamanu, with tentacles 30 feet long, rise from the mild, deep water beyond the barrier reef. Ah, the sea. Mafatu opened one of the green drinking nuts and tilted back his head to let the cool liquid trickle down his parched throat. More refreshing than spring water, cool on the hottest days and as sustaining as food. The boy scooped out the gelatinous meat for Yuri, and the dog ate it gratefully. The ocean current which held the canoe in its grip seemed to have quickened. There was a wind rising too, in little puffs and gusts. Now the canoe heeled over under the sudden attack, while Mafatu scrambled onto the outrigger to lend his weight for ballast. Then the wind dropped as sudden as it appeared, with the canoe righted itself, and the boy breathed freely once again. He searched the skies for Kiwi. His albatross might have been one of the 1,000 seabirds flying against the roof of the sky, or he might have vanished utterly, leaving his friends here in solitary space. The bird had led Mafatu out through the reef passage as Hukuru into the open ocean, and now it seemed had deserted him.